Hello friends, welcome back. Here we are on square roots again. Today we're going to focus on multiplying square roots. Now why we're doing multiplying before adding and subtracting, you ask? Well, it is extremely similar to what we just did with simplifying. So let's jump into it. Here's the kind of basic idea that we're going to do. When we have two square roots that are multiplied, we're going to take those numbers that are inside, multiply them, and put them inside. Then from there, it's just like what we did before where you have to simplify. So we're just essentially adding one more step. Let's get started on number 1. I'm going to zoom out if you'd like to pre-write any of these notes down. All right, let's get started. The first one is the square root of 2 times the square root of 5. I'm going to multiply those. 2 times 5 is the square root of 10. I can't break down 10 into anything other than 2 times 5. There is no perfect squares that come out of it, so I'm done. Let's try another one. 6 times 15. 6 times 15 is 90. Now that I have 90, I'm going to break it down. The nice part about multiplying is, look, you have two numbers right there. 6 times 15. 6 is 3 times 2. And 15 is 3 times 5. I'm going to take those pairs outside. And these losers get multiplied and stayed inside. 2 times 5 is 10. Beautiful. Let's try another one. 18 times 24. Again, you really don't even have to do much here. You can just write the square root of 18 times 10. Or 24, and break that sucker down. Obviously, we have 18 times 24. That will be 9 times 2, which is 3 times 3. 24, I'm going to do 12 times 2, 4 times 3, and 2 times 2. Lots of pairs here, so circle them up. Pair of 3s. Pair of 2s, and another funny pair of 2s. That means I have a 3 left over. I'm going to multiply all those numbers. So I'm going to put the answer right here. 3 times 2 is 6. 6 times an additional 2 is going to be 12. And I'm leaving that 3 inside. Beautiful. Let's see, I'm going to make this a little bit smaller. So we have some room here. There we go. Oh boy. Undo. I just want to move you. Oh boy. Okay, well, I'm going to erase that 3 and we're going to write it again. Here we go. 3 square root of 5. All right, so I'm going to, just like we've done before, multiply my outsides. 4 times 3 is 12. And then I've got the square root of 50. I'm going to rewrite that down here. 12 square root of 50. I'm going to break down 50. That's 5 times 10, which is 5 times 2. Circling up my pairs, I'm going to bring that outside. 12 times 5. Oops. 60, and I have a 2 left inside. 60 square root of 2. Fabulous. All right, last 2 here. Once again, I'm going to multiply my outside number times my other outside number. So negative 2 times 1 is negative 2. And I'm going to leave my inside numbers just like they are because that's a really big number, and if I don't have to do that, I'm not going to. So that gives me 28 times 20. 28 is 7 times 4, which is, of course, 2 times 2. 20 is 4 times 5, which again is 2 times 2. Circling all my pairs of 2s, I'm going to multiply those times the outside. Negative 2 times 2 times 2 gets me negative 8. And then my loners, 7 and 5, get multiplied and go back inside. That's going to be 35. Square root of 6 times the square root of 6. Now I'm going to show you the long way, but then I'm going to tell you what the shortcut is. 6 times 6 is 36. And we just broke down 36 into 6 times 6. I'm not going to break that down anymore because that's a pair. So 6 times 6, the square root of 6 times the square root of 6 is just 6. If you multiply the same thing by itself for any number, it's just going to be that number. So for example, the square root of xy times the square root of xy is just xy. The square root of 5 times the square root of 5, just 5. Doesn't matter what you got, it's always going to be the same if you're multiplying it by itself. Alright guys, that's all the video that I have for today. I'm going to zoom out so you can copy that down if you missed any part of this. And go ahead and do the video or the assignment listed on Canvas.